Good evening, I'm Nicole Marks.
And I'm Matt Whitney. Tonight on News 6 at 10, the amazing story of how a woman helped police catch her killer after she died. The clue that she left behind.
The father of a missing college student breaks his silence. What's keeping him going tonight?
The anatomy of a mistake. The miscues that led Chicago police to falsely accuse 2 officers of wrongdoing.
And how a bowl of chicken soup led to one of the strangest 911 calls you've ever heard.
Details next at 10.
Now, this is News 6 at 10.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Matt Whitney.
And I'm Nicole Marks. We begin tonight with a new major development and a scandal within the Chicago Police Department. We have learned exactly what led top police brass to drop accusations of brutality against 2 of 7 officers accused of brutality and reinstated them back into active duty tonight. The anatomy of the mistake that has created new mistrust between Superintendent Jody Weiss and rank and file police officers. The story started late Friday night when Weiss held a news conference to announce the officers had been stripped of their police powers after accusations of wrongdoing. Tonight, no news conference, no explanations, but News 6's Alex Perez has learned the details of what happened.
What exactly happened in the parking lot of this factory?
That these 2 officers have been cleared in his latest television appearance just this morning.
Now, the police union says they are now working to determine if there is any legal action they can take against Superintendent Weiss.
An amazing story tonight from Wisconsin. A woman known for her good deeds left behind a crucial clue that helped police solve her murder. A picture of her killer. Sonia Taichow, seen here in security video just hours before her death, was handing out $100 in quarters to people in need at a Racine laundromat. Wisconsin authorities say the 67-year-old woman's body was later found with her camera. Police recovered a photo of a known sex offender named Wilbert Leonard Thomas walking with a cane. Investigators tracked him down and found a jar filled with quarters in his home, along with clothes seen in the picture. Thomas is now being held on charges of first-degree murder.
In Decision 2010 tonight, the big story is the race for governor of Illinois, and a new poll that shows the contest between Governor Quinn and his Republican opponent Bill Brady is now a statistical dead heat. That may explain why Brady went on the attack tonight on a debate here in Chicago. News 6's political reporter Marianne Ahern has the story.
Governor Quinn's had his 2 years to get that job done, and he's dropped the ball. Is not only a Blagojevich hangover, but he's a Rezko hangover.
The very latest poll in this race shows Senator Brady's lead has been cut to just 1 point. He was clearly more aggressive tonight. Whether Quinn was trying to play it safe and not come off as too negative, one thing is for sure, the race for governor is tightening up.
In Chicago's Pilsen neighborhood tonight, a victory for parent power. Protesting parents are one big step closer to getting a library at Whittier Elementary School. After a 5-week-long sit-in at the school CEO Ron Huberman met with parents today and pledged action. Both sides debated how and where to have the library. Parents want to use the school's field house. CPS says the building is beyond repair.
The students of Whittier School are going to get their library. Location is still to be determined.
CPS agreed not to tear down the field house, but must figure out if it can be brought up to code. Parents say they will continue their sit-in until they have a plan in writing.
In Buffalo Grove tonight, one of the strangest 911 calls we've heard in a long time. A 10-year-old boy called police for help because of his father's poor choice of a meal. The boy's father made noodle soup, and that is where the disagreement began. The boy threatened to call police about the low-quality meal, and the father called his bluff.
Misbehaved in front of me, and I told him, call them, let them come over here and see who's right. And he called 911.
He was eating it when I was there, and he had his head down, and he knew, he even said he did wrong.
Police did not press charges against the father or the son, but they do urge parents to educate children on the proper way to use 911.
Still ahead here on News 6, the father of a missing college freshman breaks his silence. His message tonight.
Then why the wife of Clarence Thomas is asking for an apology from Anita Hill now after all these years.
And later, money, murder, and the Mexican drug connection to Chicago. Meet the DEA agent who's trying to bring them down. Stay with us.
News 6 at 10 continues with Matt Whitney and Nicole Marks. Now, you're watching News 6 at 10 in high definition.
Tonight, the father of a missing college student is pleading for information on the disappearance of Antoinette Tony Keller. The 18-year-old Northern Illinois University student was last seen on Thursday when she told friends she was going for a walk in DeKalb. News 6's Marianne Brooks reports.
Tony Keller. She is 18, a freshman at NIU, and missing. Her father...
Think positive and think about the moment where I get to see my daughter again.
Roger Keller says authorities did find his daughter's dorm key in the woods, but she actually lost one a few weeks back, so they don't think that is a solid lead. For any information on how you can help in the search, you can link to her search Facebook page. Just search Tony Keller.
I hope they find her. In California tonight, an appeals court reinstates the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy on gays in the military, at least for now. The court put a temporary freeze on the lower court ruling that declared Don't Ask, Don't Tell unconstitutional, but it leaves many people in limbo because the Pentagon already told recruiters to start accepting openly gay applicants.
Still ahead here in 10, a modern-day Elliot Ness from Chicago stops the biggest drug dealer in the world. He is one of the richest men in the world, a Chicago DEA agent who wants to bring him down.
And later, meet a girl who will be spending a lot of time in a museum.
You're watching News 6 at 10 in high definition.
With just one phone call, the White House Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas reopened a political scandal that rocked the nation nearly 20 years ago. Tonight, there's new speculation about why she did it. Virginia Thomas left a voicemail asking Anita Hill to apologize for the sexual harassment allegations that marred her husband's appointment to the Supreme Court. She made the call early Saturday after the New York Times posted an article on the 19th anniversary of the hearings.
I don't know whether the story, had anything to do with provoking her to call, but it's an interesting coincidence.
The article focused on Virginia Thomas's political activism and the possible conflict of interest it creates with her husband.
In the Mexican drug war, the death toll is nearly 30,000 in the past 4 years. This week, more than 100 tons of marijuana was confiscated on the border. Tonight, the Chicago connection to the Mexican drug war. There is a new sheriff in town at the Drug Enforcement Administration in Chicago. His name is Jack Riley, and he says the Midwest is a billion-dollar prize drug lords are killing for.
They're killers. They eat each other for $1.
The drugs are smuggled.
I don't think I'm as much a target here as I was on the border. They hated me. I hate them.
Riley's team at the DEA has made more than 700 arrests in the Chicago area this year and seized more than $30 million in assets. He says there is a new disturbing trend here, a form of heroin so pure teenagers can snort it like cocaine, and it's killing an alarming number of young people in the city and in the suburbs as well. We'll have more on that in the weeks ahead. Nicole?
Thanks, Matt. A safety alert for parents. Graco announced its biggest stroller recall ever. 4 babies have died. 5 have been hurt after slipping in the stroller's tray. The models are several years old, but the government believes several million are still being used. The models affected are Graco Quattro Tour, manufactured before November 2006, and the Metro Light stroller made before July 2007.
And the weather was fantastic today. A little windy. It's died down, but I think it's starting back up again.
Yes, it is. It's been absolutely gorgeous all day today, but it has gotten quite chilly out
Yes,
right now.
it has. How cold will it get, and what lies ahead for the weekend?
Here is your weather forecast.
I am not looking forward to all this rain for this weekend.
Me either, but the temperatures haven't been too bad. We've had a very nice fall.
Yeah, it has been. It's been beautiful out lately. Well, when we come right back, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity why closing time, well, it won't affect one woman's job description.
Finally tonight, a Northwest graduate is going to spend the next month in a museum, the Museum of Science and Industry, that is. Katie McGroarty walked through a line of cheering supporters as she embarked on her very public adventure. For 30 days and 30 nights, she will have an all-access pass to explore the 77-year-old campus. The hitch here is that she cannot leave the building, and her living room is an open exhibit.
I think it might be a little spooky, but in sort of like a thrilling around the campfire kind of way. I'm definitely going to miss my friends. Miss my friends and my family a lot because I have no contact.
On November 18th, McGroarty will walk out with $10,000 and an incredible adventure. Log on to monthatthemuseum.org and check out her blog.
That is an amazing thing. Would you want to do that?
Yeah, I think it's actually quite interesting. We'll have to check out and see what she's been doing.
Yeah, same here. And a side note tonight, you may have noticed why we're broadcasting outdoors. Well, we are going to try something new here at News 6. We are going to broadcast outdoors at different locations around the area.
Up until the winter, that is.
Yes,
so
yeah.
we need your input. Join our Facebook page and tell us how you feel about our newscast tonight. The information is on your screen. You can also suggest other places or scenery you would like to see, and we may just try that.
And with that is our news for now. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight at 10.
Make sure to join our Facebook page.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.